everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Haley. Today I am going to be taking you through products that I have decided to declutter for a lot of different reasons, and I'll explain each of them as we go, but let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm getting rid of is this Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Lipstick. I know that people love these. I have another one too, it's in my car. I just don't like them. I've tried them a couple times and they're just too sticky for me, which probably I should have known because the normal Superstay matte ink ones that they have, I don't like those either because of the same reason. They're just too sticky. I don't like when my lips go together, it feeling like they're stuck together until I pull them apart, you know? And I mean, it's a really cool concept how long lasting these are, and the color's really pretty. It's very shiny, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I can't stand that stickiness on my lips. So I'm getting rid of this. It was in the shade Peachy. So the next one, I have finally decided to get rid of it. It's the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. So I actually have a whole first impressions on this one. You guys, my favorite foundation of all time is the Dior Air Flash. So I'm not against Dior and I'm willing to pay a lot of money if it works really well. This says it's a transfer-proof 24-hour foundation, high perfection, concentrated floral skincare with sunscreen. I have the shade 2N. For one thing, the shade's just a little bit too dark for me. I tried this the other day though, and I definitely could work. Here's the thing about this foundation, and if you'll recall in that video, I actually liked it, and I still do. However, when I first tried this foundation and was wearing it a lot, like almost every day, I was still wearing masks in the classroom. I'm a teacher and it was still required. So, and I was having a lot of problems with my skin at the time. So this had really good high coverage and it was pretty good at not transferring. I wouldn't say it was totally transfer proof, but here's what I found in testing it since. This breaks me out really bad. I think it's the fragrance. I seriously tried this again the other day and I woke up and the next day I had little bumps all over my skin, like red acne. Thankfully, they were small, so they've gone away pretty quickly. I would say that most of them have gone away by now. This was a couple of days ago, so that's good. I think that it's just too highly fragranced for me. The Air Flash foundation doesn't have a fragrance. And I just think it looks heavy on your skin. It was hard to tell when I was wearing a mask because I'd wear the mask and I'd get really oily. So with how matte this is and then how oily I got, it didn't look as cakey throughout the day. But when I wore this on its own and didn't wear a mask all day long, you could really see how heavy this was. You could really see peach fuzz really easily with this. It just wasn't that smoothing, and then it broke me out. So I'm just going to pass this along to somebody who isn't as sensitive to fragrance as I am. This next one is Essence The Blush, and people love this. This is in the shade Befitting. There's nothing wrong with this. It's good. Here's the issue I have is Essence is not very accessible to me on the Big Island. I have to drive like over 2 hours to get it. It's only in one drugstore on the island. And for me, I'd always rather buy something in store than have to ship, unless it's something like Sephora, where I know their shipping is actually pretty fast and it's free for me. I don't know. I think it's good, but I think lots of other blushes are just as good. Like there are Milani ones that are matte that are really good that I can pick up. I don't know. I'm just not reaching for it that much. And if I'm gonna get a shade like this, I think I found that I just prefer glowier blushes, and I would probably more so reach for the Buxom Primer Infused blushes in Seychelles because it's a really similar tone. It's just a glowier blush that's really beautiful and lasts really well on the skin. I just don't think I'm gonna be keeping this one. I think I'm just gonna pass it along because I'm not really reaching for it, and I don't know, I just think there's other comparable things. This next one, this is the Maybelline Superstay Activewear. So this is up to 30 hours. I have it in the shade 5 and it's really light. Stay far, far away from this. This is terrible. Not only is it not a very good concealer, the instant that you put this on, it burns your eyes. Like I don't know if there's alcohol in here, but that's almost what it seems like. And I've never experienced that before with a concealer, that it actually burns your eyes. The applicator is super flimsy. It's a really, really light concealer. I guess they have a lot of shades, which is good. The number of shades is great. Obviously this is too light for me, but it just doesn't look that good on your under eyes. It's not very smoothing and it seriously burns your under eyes. Like I have sensitive eyes too, so maybe it's just me, but I cannot be the only one because that's not something I experience very often. The next one I'm going to be passing along is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. This is in the fair shade. I got this for summer just as something a little bit lighter. This actually has pretty good coverage, but the wear time is not great on this. I just like something that can last all day that I know is gonna look good. Also, this is an interesting one. So I don't think it lasts very well, but the actual finish of it looks better the longer you wear it. I know it sounds weird. So when I first put this on, this doesn't look very good, but after like maybe an hour, it starts to look a lot better. I don't know if it just like warms up to your skin, but the actual wear time of it doesn't last very long. So by the time it looks good, it's also wearing off your skin. I just don't think that it's worth it. If you're just wearing this for a short time, then this is probably good, but I don't know. I feel like there are other things at the drugstore that are just like, you know, just better. So the shade was actually pretty good. If you're around my skin tone, definitely get fair. I just don't think it's worth it. Okay, now we have 2 more concealers. You guys, I am tired of trying to like these. I know people love them. It's the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, the matte one, and then the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have the matte one in light beige, and I have hydrating one in fair beige. They're almost too much of what they are, if that makes sense. So like the matte one just starts to look crepey on your skin and heavy, in my opinion, by the end of the day. It has great coverage, so I'll give you that. The coverage is amazing on these. Like, I think it's trying to be a dupe for Sharp Tarte Shape Tape, not my favorite concealer anyway. But then, so this one's almost too matte. Then this one is almost too creamy and hydrating. So this is the matte, and then this is the hydrating one. And it just, because of that, it starts to move and come to the corners of my eyes. Maybe I'm applying too much, but I've tried both of these for like a year now, different shades and everything, and I just don't like them very much. That's what I've come to find. They're just not my favorite, so I'm finally just gonna pass them along. I have talked a lot about the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, and I do like it. However, this is very strange. So I got the Cosmic Black shade, and the formula seems different to me than the normal one. This one is harder to get off, and I don't think this is waterproof, but it's harder to get off and it transfers down. I don't know how the same formula but just a different shade could perform differently, but I really think that this one does. The regular Sky High I like. I do think it's a tubing mascara, so you need to try to get it off with warm water. But this one transfers on me to the bottom and the top throughout the day, and it's way harder to get off, but it's not waterproof. So if I were gonna get one, I would just get the regular. The Cosmic Black, for some reason, seems like it's a different formula to me. I don't know. And last but not least, this is another one that people really love. I don't know what's wrong with me that I don't like things that other people like, but this is the Spotlight Liquid Highlighter from Flower Beauty. This is the infamous Charlotte Tilbury dupe. Supposedly, I've never tried the Charlotte Tilbury. Here's my thing about this. It's really pretty, right? I can't get it to perform well for me. For this, I can always get it to work on one cheek, but not the other. And I've tried to use this in so many different ways. I've tried just tapping it on with my finger and putting it here. I've tried using a sponge. I've tried using a brush, and I think it just dries down too quickly, and I have texture, so it always ends up looking like just one strip stuck to my face on one side, and then on the other side it looks good. It's weird, and it's always different sides. So I think that the formula for me is just finicky, and I probably have too much texture on my face for this to look good. But it's really a bummer because I know people love it, and I'm like one of the only people that doesn't like it very well. It's just, like I said, I like things to blend in well, and this just has a just flat strip that goes on my face when I use that, no matter how I use it. So just not the biggest fan of that one either. All right, that is everything that I am decluttering this month. I can definitely make more of these probably every couple of months or so. So let me know if you like this type of video. If you do, I hope you'll subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I hope you'll hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.